So good afternoon. We are back again, this time the Premier League transfer update. And before I get into talking about yet again another top class player linked with Chelsea, make sure you do stick a massive thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you are new. But most importantly, do download HOTMIC. It is free of charge. It is a great app. You can sync your TV up when you're watching the game to my watch along at the same time. Via the app. It's absolutely free and you get real fan noise in the background. There's a lot of people on that app now. Goldbridge is on there, Claude's on there, Terry from the Football Terrace, Anfield Agenda, the Anfield Rapper on there, Redmen TV are on there. There's a lot more people going over there. So listen, make sure you do download it. It's absolutely free of charge. The link is in the description, just under the title in the description bar. Use my code. That's in the description as well. Then follow Lee Gunner. So now we've got that out of the way. Don't forget also as well, one more plug while we're here. Plug City, baby. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. That link's in the description as well. But I'm going to talk about Chelsea. Firstly, Timo Werner, millimetres away from signing for Chelsea in a £54 million deal, which when you think about it, they've sold Morata, for there or thereabouts 50 million quid, and they're getting one of the best young strikers on the planet for £4 million more. I mean, how has nobody else gone in for Timo Werner and just left Chelsea a free rein to go and sign one of the best players in that position in the world? I mean, his stats are just pathetic, literally absolutely outrageous. The goals this guy scores this season: 30 league games, 25 goals, 8 assists in all competitions this season. 41 games, 31 goals, 13 assists. I mean, that's just staggering. For Leipzig in total, he has scored 92 goals and got 40 assists in 155 games. He's literally doing something nearly every single game. It is a joke. The guy is ridiculously good. And he's only going to get better and better. And I'll tell you something now, I think a lot of teams out there are going to be kicking themselves when he does land at Stamford Bridge and starts banging in the goals. That's providing that Liverpool don't come and hijack the deal, which it doesn't look like they're going to do right now. And I do think that when the transfer window opens, which I believe is tomorrow, we're going to see this deal wrapped up real quick. And I think that he will become a Chelsea player. And listen, what can you say? Sitting there as an Arsenal fan, gutted that you're that close to signing him. Let's move on to Ben Chilwell, another one. Personally, I don't think he's that great, Chilwell, although I do think he's a decent left back. He's got the ability to carry on over the next 5 years and kick on and elevate himself up to being a world-class left back. But as it stands at the moment, I don't actually rate him that highly. I think, like I said, he's good. He's not £80 million good. But we know that Leicester have got a track record of going out there and making teams pay over the odds to their players. They've done it with Harry Maguire. They'll do it with this guy. They'll do it with Ndidi. They'll do it with Maddison. They'll do it with Pereira at right back. They'll do it with Kasper Schmeichel. They will do it with any of their players. And do you know what? Full credit to Leicester. They have built themselves such a decent squad. And they've spent 140 million quid in doing so, of which they got over half of that back just off of Harry Maguire. So if they sell Chilwell, they're £20 million in profit with the rest of the squad still there. That is how you run a self-sufficient business model. And people tell me you can't run a self-sufficient business model and compete. Well, Leicester have won a league, and since then they've spent 140 million. Their actual first 11 cost less than Mesut Ozil, which is amazing. Like, fair play to them, man. But I do think Chilwell's massively overrated. But I said this before on a show that I did the other day. If a big team wants a player that they think is the best that they can get in that position and it's going to elevate them levels towards challenging for something, the big team always goes and pays over the odds, because ultimately, if you do go on and win what you want to win, that has paid for itself. That is where Arsenal come unstuck, and that is why we are ninth and why we're scrimping and scraping on free signings. But what do I know? Anyway, let's move into the next one. Mr. Kai Havertz. Wow. Again, and like I said, Chelsea ain't ramping, man. Chelsea going straight for a title next season. They're going to try and get their business done. They've obviously got Ziyech already in. They've got Pulisic, they've got Kovacic off the previous season, and they're now going for it, man. If they get Werner, if they get Kai Havertz is only 20 years old. His birthday is actually on Thursday, believe it or not. A fellow Gemini. See, all the best people were born in June. And, I mean, again, his stats are a joke. 26 league games, 11 goals, 5 assists, 38 games in total, 15 goals, 8 assists. That is a proper number 10. That is a guy that can score goals, assist goals. He tracks back. He gets stuck in. You can play him up front if you want to play him up front. His record in total for Bayer Leverkusen is pretty damn impressive. 143 games, 43 goals, 30 assists. That is relentless for a 20-year-old. And good luck to him. And at the end of the day, again, another one I'm absolutely genuinely gutted is linked to Chelsea. But Chelsea will go and pay the money for him. And why wouldn't they? He's one of the best young players on the planet. Add him with Timo Werner up front, Ziyech on one side, Pulisic on the other side. All of a sudden, you've got the makings of a decent title-winning front 4-5 there. And I just look at it and think, boy, we need to seriously step our game up, because we're already miles behind you as it is. And it looks like you're going to pull levels away. And it's kind of sad looking at it, if I'm honest. But do you know what? Like, Chelsea haven't spent, and I've said this before as well, there's so many people baffled as to how Chelsea can go and do all this money. Do they not understand? Well, actually, they don't understand football, which is why I get the ump sometimes, because people don't genuinely understand football. Chelsea signed Pulisic, signed Kovacic whilst being on a ban. Yeah, that would say 100 million quid. They got there or thereabouts that for Eden Hazard, so that wipes that out of the equation. Chelsea's net spend in the last 5 years is £125 million. The reason it's £125 million is because they loan 1,001 kids out on loan every summer for the season. At the end of that season, the clubs that they've loaned them to go, oh, we'll have him for 3 mil, we'll have him for 5 mil. Oh, yeah, him, we'll have him for 10 mil. Yeah, him, yeah, we'll give you a couple mil for him. Add all of them up over 5 years. It is ridiculous how much money Chelsea have got back in off of players me and you don't even know about. It is mad. Then add in the Hazard one. Then add in Morata. You know, it's just ridiculous. Like, Matic is in that list as well. They've got 40-odd million quid for Matic. And I know they've spent money. They've spent out on Kepa. They've spent out on other players. Kovacic, Pulisic, like I've said. They're now spending out on Ziyech. They have only spent £125 million net spend in the last 5 years. Their outgoing gross was about 600 and something, I read. And then their incoming was nearly £500 million. That shows how good Chelsea are at selling youngsters out the squad. Yeah, loaning them all out, selling them to balance the books. What a perfect business model. By the way, yeah, that's coming to an end at the end of this year, because you can't go and hoard up a load of players from overseas that are under 18. You're now going to not be allowed to sign players under the age of 18 from abroad. So if Chelsea get their skates on, they can go and get another 200 youngsters in their team and do it all over again for the next couple of years. But they ain't going to be able to go and buy any as of January, I think, next year, end of December, January. I think that all comes to an end. So listen, fair play to them. I'm gutted. I'd love Werner, Havertz, Ziyech. I mean, what a set of players. Kovacic, decent player. Instead, we're going to be poncing around with Granit Xhaka, Bellerin, Ozil. It don't even bear thinking about. Anyway, listen, before I go on a mad rant, all smash the like button. Download HOTMIC. That would really help me out. I get paid a couple of quid out of it if you use my code and follow me. So go and do that. That would be absolutely fantastic if you would. I'll be back on there on Thursday doing the Sevilla against Betis watch along. Also follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be using that a hell of a lot more. I'm going to look into how I build that up as well and see what features I can unlock on that. So make sure you go and follow that. Also, I'll be playing FIFA in about 10 minutes. So yeah, go and check the gaming channel out. That link's in the description, along with my Instagram and my Facebook. So we'll have a wonderful day. And until 5 o'clock, unless you're coming to join me on FIFA, I'm out of here, people. Laters, peeps.